on this week's KSP News Show. With the developers implementing their own versions of Enhanced Navball and Spaceplane Plus mods, what mods would you like to see implemented into the stock version of KSP? Admin building model revealed, but we still don't know what it's going to be used for. And Harvester drops massive hint as to a massive project the KSP dev team are working on. But what could it be? All that on this jam-packed KSP News Show. Reporting live from the Kerbal Space Center, it's your host, Jinli Kerman. Good morning, evening, afternoon, my fellow Kerbonauts. My name is Jinli Kerman, and this could possibly be the most packed show we have ever had on the KSP News Show. So without further ado, let's get into our first news story for today, and that is that Squad will be implementing a fan-made mod into Kerbal Space Program. A couple, actually. They are firstly going to be implementing into 0.25 the Spaceplane Plus mod. Personally, I have that installed, and I had it installed a few weeks ago, and it's a really good mod. I'm putting some pictures up on the screen as you can see right now. The stuff you can make with it is just plain sexy. I mean, I love these. These parts just look amazing, and I'm so glad that they're implementing mods like this. The second mod that they're going to be implementing into the game, even though it's not really, they're not implementing the mod as such, they're more implementing what the mod added. They're adding their own version of Enhanced Navball, so it's not the mod itself, but their own take on it. And personally, I think this is a good idea because, well, at the moment, finding your maneuver node and stuff like that, it can be a pain, especially when you have, say, a large ship, so to speak, and it's a pain moving it even when you have SAS installed on it. It's just hard, and when you're placing your stations on your normal and anti-normal, so that you don't rotate during the orbit and ready for rendezvous and docking, it can be extremely hard to find that normal and anti-normal. So having those markers on the navball is a really good addition to the game. But this is where you come in. I want to know, guys, if you could implement any mod into Kerbal Space Program Vanilla, so the stock game, what mod would that be? Personally, I think maybe the Fire Spitter mod, because I really want to see what helicopters do in the game, because I don't know why, but Fire Spitter does not like my KSP save, but maybe I can get it working and you guys will have an awesome thing to look at then. But yeah, on to our next story for today. So our next story for today is something that I've been waiting for a good few weeks now. If you've watched the previous couple of episodes of the KSP News Show, and if you haven't, well, why haven't you? Go back and watch them, they're in the playlist. If you've watched those last two episodes, you'll have known that I've been speculating about this new building that has been revealed for 0.25 called the Administration Building. But those past two episodes, really, I've gone off very thin details, to be fair, and it's been kind of recycled news. But now we finally have some legitimate information. Although it's not really information, it's more of the model for the building. But we can draw some conclusions from this model. So here we go. I'm going to put it up on screen now. Bam! There we go. Straight away from its shape, I think perhaps, well, it's going to be some sort of administration building. Otherwise, I don't know why they would call it the Administration Building. I had some people saying in the comments on the episode a couple of weeks ago that it perhaps would be used for building helicopters. While I can see your point in the fact that it has a massive helipad on the top, like the VAB, I don't see why you'd need a dedicated facility for that when you could just implement the parts to the spaceplane hangar, and that would take a lot less dev time, and it's also the same sort of thing. It's just you don't put wings on a helicopter, you put a rotor blade on, two rotor blades on instead, and I don't know, but judging by the shape, it looks like it could be quite open in the center, so that's probably where the menu's going to be. I don't know. This is all just speculation. I don't like to speculate on a news show, but I wanted to bring you this thing This model, it is still work in progress, this model. Just so you know, it was revealed on Squadcast back on Thursday, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave you guys to speculate. Let me know in the comments down below. Now you've seen this model revealed, what do you think that the admin building will look like and what it could be used for? But yeah, on to our final story for today, the big one. Now before we get started on the big one, I just want to say that this story is pretty much all speculation. We've only got something that Harvester said very briefly off of the dev notes this week as our information to go on, and so please, even Harvester asks it in the dev notes, do not speculate too much as to what it is yet. I know this is kind of hypocritical because, I mean, I'm talking to you now speculating what it is, but it's not going to be in 0.25, this feature, supposedly, and to be honest, with good reason, because if it is what I think it is, then I can see why, because it is a huge project. So guys, please don't rush to conclusions, but this is my take on it. So in the latest dev notes that were released on Tuesday, Harvester obviously has his normal piece in there. He's talking about how he's been composing jazzy music for the new administration building and all the stuff like that, saying how we can't really discuss more features that they're working on because some of them might not be in updates. And at the end he puts this little thing: indeed, we are all working frantically towards a very large goal. This is one of the largest, if not the largest, concerted efforts to develop a single feature we've ever had. We'll share our plans soon as they reach a point where they are matured enough to be discussed openly. For now, we have to keep things under wraps, so please bear with us and try to keep speculation to a minimum, okay? So yeah, I don't really want to speculate too much, obviously, because we've been told not to speculate too much on these things, but I think possibly that this might be Kerbal multiplayer. Because of the recent events with such people like Hot Gaming and Enter Elysium starting to play the mod and showing off that it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the multiplayer mod for Kerbal Space Program is actually extremely stable at the moment, and I find it really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think I'd be able to run it particularly well because my internet is just balls, but I really do think that multiplayer is this secret feature that they're working on and have been working on for some time. But yet again, this is just speculation. I know I'm not really supposed to be speculating, but then again, this is a news program. If you want, leave your comments down below as you think what this might be, but let's not try and speculate too much because, like I say, this is still very early doors, and this plan could be scrapped for all we know, because it's obviously not further down the development line enough to be revealed. As he says, the plans have not matured enough. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this Kerbal Space Program news show. If you did enjoy, please do remember to leave a like because it also really helps us out. Also do the good thing and subscribe. We recently passed 70 subscribers, which I am so happy about. If we could get to 100 before the end of 2014, it would just be so good. So guys, please do remember to go and subscribe because it really does help us out. Also go follow us on Twitter, the link is in description, as with our Facebook and our Twitch. Instagram, our Instagram link is on our channel banner, I believe. Yeah, it's on our channel banner on our channel. And aside from that guys, I'll see you in the next one. This is Jinley Kerman signing off. Stay classy.